main arena, the main hall. Right on the left.
Okay.
How are you, man? Thanks for seeing.
Is it cold upstairs?
No, this is the hall.
So do we have to put, can I put my jacket here or it's cold?
Sure. If you want to, there is hangers here, but I will. Yeah, if you want to hang your jacket, you can grab your. Let me grab a.
Or I can just drop it upstairs on my seat, okay?
Yeah. I'll hand it with that.
Clement. So I have the jacket, you put it on the chair or something. Thank you. Ow.
This jacket is like 40, at least 92 degrees.
Now you know. Okay.
There to live your dream by Tyre, then Dr. Tyre, then running top 10.
So what are we doing? We are waiting for.
I'm waiting to get inside there.
So we have Professor Zalenda
Just speaking up.
making a speech.
They said
and then,
everybody.
so we would like to connect. Green Lion. Oh, that's the. So yeah. So right now, the new phase of life. So once we get then we'll get a chance to reconnect.
I think we should just leave it.
Oh, leave it. Okay.
I think it's good the way it is.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
You look so happy.
Well rested.
You see Kenny Kalejai.
Yes. Taking back.
Talk to our people. Talk
Taking
to
back
them.
action. We are taking back Nigeria. If you don't believe it, you better start believing now. We are taking back Nigeria for sure.
Yes.
We respect Buhari. He's a good guy. But it's time for him to retire. So we're going to give him a befitting retirement.
And not only Buhari, because there's other ones,
And
that
Atiku,
group as
we
well.
have to persecute Atiku. For sure. We have to persecute him. So get your PVC. We're working hard here in diaspora to raise funds to send back home. So that you guys can buy posters and all that. But with all that said, get your PVC, believe in AAC. This is going to happen. Thank you.
Take it back.
Take it back.
27 people.
But some people are supposed to be, we're expecting more headcounts. Maybe the snow is just an obstacle, probably.
It's snowing here today, yeah.
Yeah, so,
They're like sure any tiny snow.
I'm walking around everywhere with snow.
it's actually a blessing because, it hasn't snowed in a long time.
Wow.
It hasn't snowed in a long
Yeah.
time, and here it is. So
White Christmas. Everybody thinks we're gonna have white Christmas.
white Christmas. So, but I wish we don't.
Come on.
That's my honest opinion. I wish we don't. I want this. It looks like this winter is going to be one of those. We'll have less snow, but more cold.
Yeah.
If it's like 30 degrees in Texas, we are all in trouble.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How are you? How are you? Very good. Oh, yes. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
No problem.
And
I
President
came in
gonna
from
be
Nigeria
there.
yesterday.
Wow.
I had to be here today.
So here we'll do some
It's
speech,
been a lot of
But
travel. but
downstairs
It's
is
been
fun.
good.
fundraising here. So
Thank you.
We're looking
do some
forward to
speech.
Yeah,
Get a
yeah,
chance to
yeah.
take questions.
I'm looking forward to it too.
I think I have the idea. I have the.
So you want to
Well,
talk
thank
to
you.
our people?
Thank you for what you do, and
Yeah.
it's good to
You want to talk to our
stay
people?
motivated and
Thank you.
Come on.
It's only fun. I think it's making communication.
Okay.
So,
no, I just wanted to.
All right. Thank you so much.
I had a chance to listen to what you have to say, so it makes a lot of sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mrs. Kalejai, right?
I was like, she doesn't.
How are you?
I just had a very good guess.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Very good.
That's
Very
good.
good.
Hi.
Yes,
Finally,
woman
this-
in the room.
Nice to meet you. DL, all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you are talking
Yes.
about me.
So, yeah.
Oh, you want to say something?
No, it's
to our
okay. It's
viewers?
okay. Hey.
Take
Royal
it back.
Affairs. Take it back.
Action.
We're bringing it home. We're bringing it home.
It's a lot of work.
Mr. John,
To do London last week,
let me do it.
Clement, what are you wearing?
Anything I want to wear.
Thank you. I'll keep my present. I'll be the SSS or the Secret Services. Yeah.
So, have you been to Minnesota before?
yes, I have.
When?
I thought this was where we passed when we were going to Edmonton. Yeah.
St. Paul?
No,
Are you sure?
this was a
I always
transit
go
point.
through here.
Yeah.
It's always
But
cool.
there was a time I came here years ago. I was giving a talk in a place called Marshall.
Marshall, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
drove 3 hours.
Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness.
It was the first time I found out that America is not one single country.
No.
Because what they were saying on the radio shows,
Yeah.
It's different.
it was really
from state.
whack.
Yeah, yeah. Usually, and this goes across every state, city, major city. So the inner cities is what the media always likes to show. So, but once you go beyond the inner city,
There's something else.
it is just like my first time ever going beyond the inner city, going down the country. I was like, my goodness, this looks like
You
my
have-
village.
Yeah, exactly. How are you, man?
How are you?
See you, man.
We are praying for you.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
get there.
Thank you,
In
man.
Jesus' name.
All right, thank
You are
you.
welcome, but you are late.
We was my people.
Because you have been here since
They
5 something.
helped me to ransom. They kidnapped me.
And
The organizers.
yeah.
I guess we're waiting for more participants. That's what caused it. No problem, man. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mommy, you want to say something to our viewers?
Hey, Nigeria, it's about time
Yes.
to take it back.
That's right.
And by God's grace, we take our country back
Yes.
from the analog
People. Yes.
and God will help us.
Amen.
So we are not alone. God
Everybody.
has sanctioned it.
Yes.
And it shall be so in Jesus' name.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to put my prayer request here.
Oh, put it
back.
It has been sanctioned. Put it, yeah, take it back. We are taking our country back.
Take it back.
It's well.
Thank you, man.
Oh yeah.
My brother.
The content he was drafting is for downstairs.
That's what it's funny.
Yeah, so everything here is all Gucci. Oh yes,
So 5 minutes.
yes, I will. I'll take a good one too.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay? You got the drill.
So that
Okay. So leader, so Iron Lady already knows. So
Stop calling me Iron Lady.
AAC, take it back, action. And I introduce it.
That's too.
three nice ones.
Oh, okay. See what I mean? Take it back. Do you really want to take it back?
So that they call it twin cities.
Yeah.
Because the two biggest cities, they're just facing each other.
Okay.
It was divided by rivers.
Yeah,
do you mean
yeah.
5
So
minutes?
if you go to places like the northern side of St. Paul, go to one of those towers,
Yes.
you can literally see the two cities looking at each other.
You have to
So that's why they call it twin cities. Yeah.
Hey, we showed up.
They're just 15 minutes away from each other.
Yes, ma'am.
That's interesting.
So yeah, like I was saying, once you go beyond that inner city,
Oh, yeah.
which is where you have all the the skyscraper building. Once you go beyond that and the suburbs,
The moment you go beyond the concrete jungle.
right, the rest is just farms and
Yeah.
country.
I rented a car, drove to Marshall for 2
Hold on.
hours.
Fumilayo Akintude, Minneapolis. Where are you guys?
We're right here by Lake Street in Minneapolis. You know, the best place to be at this time.
I think she's asking for address.
What's the address?
The address is 810 810 West 31st Street.
It has a name, Regent. Is that what?
Regent Assembly.
Assembly.
Yeah. The church. Oh, I thought it was like an interview type of
Regents Assembly.
West 31st Street,
30,
Minneapolis.
31st Street, yes.
Minneapolis.
Yes, Minneapolis. I think
Zip code, please.
zip code would be, give me a moment. I don't have that offhand. I'll just get you that real quick.
What's it called? Regents Assembly.
This place there's a lot of APC supporters.
In Minneapolis.
Exactly. You know, especially those redeem guys.
Right.
They so support because of
Okay, because
Because they are
So
part that
usually
always
when you
laying
map
hands
it,
on their head.
no because of
usually when you map it, it will automatically append the zip code to the address. So,
they will, if you just have the address, they will find the zip.
yeah, it will find the zip
Shouldn't
code.
be difficult. Are we good? Thank you, man. How are you?
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So the zip code is 55408.
I don't think it's let me.
Yeah, it doesn't. The address, the street address is what matters. So the
Wait.
rest will just.
Where did he go?
He's in there.
Code.
I have weeklies.
One, sacrifice.
This one.
We're not going to be able to develop Nigeria if there's no sacrifice. Sometimes I feel concerned. I feel ambivalent because I'm here for a very long time and I wish I can make some changes, go there and make some contribution. So to conclude, I would just say that sacrifice is very, very important. If we're not willing to make sacrifice, nobody's going to change Nigeria for us. Believe me, nobody's going to change that. And then finally, I will just conclude by saying that intellectually I'm very pessimistic, but I'm optimistic in my heart. I have some optimism in my heart. But if you look at it intellectually, what is happening in Nigeria sometimes is very, very pessimistic. Because the people who are the helm of affairs who want to make a difference in our seriously about it. My hope is that through social movements such as the one that is taking place here, we can do something. If we can come together and forget about our differences, let's forget because we recognize our differences, but find common ground. I would be terribly bad if I had a dream and I treated anyone of you get terribly bad because you're a Igbo, you're somebody, I would be terrible about it. So let's think very deeply and just think about the legacy we're going to leave behind for the younger generation. I don't think I'll be satisfied just coming to live here in the United States and just kind of have a job and retire and just people are suffering in Nigeria. Even though even in the US, you have to be very careful because social security is no more. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, let's give Professor Zamanga another round of applause. Thank you so much, Professor, for your wisdom and understanding. May God continue to strengthen you. You are a blessing to us. You are a blessing to Nigeria. Amen. The next item on the agenda is to bring in our convener. Omoyele Sowore is here with us tonight, and I want to give a brief introduction of Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele is a Nigerian human rights activist and pro-democracy campaigner, founder of Sahara Reporters. We're all familiar with Sahara Reporters. Sowore is the humble founder of Sahara Reporters, and is also a presidential candidate, for African Action Congress in Nigeria. He is the single threat, to President Buhari and Atiku in this upcoming election. A wonderful man is behind us here. Let us welcome Mr. Omoyele Sowore. AAC, take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
That's all you can do, really? AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
Louder, guys. AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
AAC.
Take it back.
No, it's AAC. Who knows what that stands for? Thank you.
Oh, what a wise woman. Thank you.
African Action Congress. We got the Iron Lady in the house. African Action Congress. I would like to go deeper, but I won't. Some people were asking questions like, what does African Action has to do with Nigeria? Because they didn't think that the man had a death thought to him. But he did. I don't know the full story, but I've heard it many times, so I'm not going to tell the story. I'm going to let the convener tell the story. But I just want to do him due justice, if I may. May I? May I? First of all, good evening, everybody. I'm going to keep it short because we want to get right to the point. Thank you for coming. Your time is precious. We don't take it for granted. I surely hope we don't, because if you're here, it means you're conscious and you have faith. And faith, the Hebrew 11:11 says, is a substance of things hoped for, evidence of things
Not seen.
yet to be seen. I truly believe that. And I don't want to be dramatic, but allow me to tell you that there's history in the making to that. And if you don't believe it, I believe it because you're here. And you know what else I believe in? I believe in a man of integrity. If you know what integrity looks like, it's that person that you can trust with your life, your children's life. And that's who Sowore is. At least from the people I've gotten to know in a very short time, like Kenny College, he's always very shy, but he's a giant at heart. I've gotten to know him very short. Then there's Deji Akomolafe. Well-respectful people in the communities. The story Babadeji likes to tell, I'm going to steal it from him. He was my mentor. He was the first person I met when I came from Cuba. And I heard that this man was going to put his life on the line. What he's been doing for 30 good years. When I say 30 good years, and then Babadeji would tell the story that if it wasn't for him, he would be a millionaire right now. If it wasn't for the course that they had together that changed his ways. So, without further ado, I'm thanking you guys for being here to welcome him the man that can actually do something for us. And I believe a wise man says, when duty calls, go thy must, let the young men say, yes, I can. And that's what I've seen with this man. We did some amazing things in SoCal and NorCal, but Omoyele Sowore is the one to help us go back home. I want to go back home. I heard someone say, me too. I want to be able to go back home. I have 3 kids, and I sometimes wonder, sometimes the gibberish of things, the jargons, I don't want to go into that. The jettisons, the things that makes us irk. So I believe in this man tonight. There's so many things. Did I touch somebody's heart? It means in English, oh wow, my dad used to say, there's no way you can translate sometime when you're writing to correct English grammatically. That means there's a million tales. Am I close? A million tales in the book of Kobo. What is Kobo in English? A penny.
Yes.
Thank you. I want to make sure I get it right because I see a lot of intelligent people here. So without further ado, when I think about that, the only thing I remember is that there's something wrong with us. But Sowore would say, whatever is wrong with us is about to be right with us. I would like to introduce the convener of AAC, African National Congress, because it's not just about Nigeria, it's about our heritage. And he's here, and he's got more to be said that will bring us to the understanding that this can happen and will happen. But he can't do it alone. He can't do it alone. Please help me welcome, with a great applause, Omoyele Sowore.
Thank you so much, Clement, and good evening to everyone here present. Let me apologize for coming late. It had nothing to do with me, it had something to do with the organizers who kidnapped me, kept me somewhere, because I have no sense of time right now. Last weekend we were in the United Kingdom, and I had to fly to Nigeria, and flew from Nigeria to the US yesterday morning. And by today, I'm here with you in Minneapolis for one reason and one reason only, so that Nigeria can get it right. It's the most important year in our life will be next year, the life of Nigeria. That's 2019. It's important because it will be 20 years since the advent of the current democratic experiment in Nigeria. It was in 1999 that Nigeria returned to democratic rule, what is known as the Fourth Republic. Since then, we've had several presidents democratically elected, or sometimes selected, depending on which cycle of the election you are looking at. And we've had the same old people, same set of people, same set of families run Nigeria the way they like. And as a result, a lot of our people, a a lot of our people have been left behind. And those who are not left behind, left Nigeria behind. And the ones that left Nigeria behind are some of you that are sitting right here with us today. But the interesting thing about Nigeria is that you can leave Nigeria behind, but Nigeria will never leave you alone. Wherever you run, Nigeria will find you. This is my experience traveling around the world, spreading the message of the recovery of Nigeria from those who have taken Nigeria by the jugular. And this message, by the way, has taken me to some of the most unlikely places in the world, and most unlikely places even within Nigeria. I mean, if a presidential aspiration or candidacy takes you to Australia, then you know that we are serious. I've been recently to 4 cities in Australia: Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, and Perth, to talk to Nigerians who left Nigeria behind, but who are finding it very hard to let Nigeria go, or those who Nigeria have refused to let go. I'm saying this, these words are repeating themselves, so letting Nigeria, leaving Nigeria behind, and Nigeria not letting you go. Because you know that there's no how far, or how wide, or how you hide. Somehow, the problems that you left behind must find you in the diaspora. And like most of you, I have spent some 19 years here in the United States of America as well. And I'll tell you that even though it is nice out here, sometimes you can describe it as beautiful, there's just nothing like home. I have been going back to Nigeria frequently in the last 3 or 4 years, and landing in Nigeria, even when you are approaching the airport, can be very depressing, I'll tell you. When you see the brown roofs, when you see unplanned, swathe of land, you see a whole city underneath the plane that is not planned. There are no roads, no sewage, and when you land, you know the story too. But there's just something different about being home, that is welcoming, and that makes you feel good, even though it doesn't last for too long. But it's a different place. And what am I reminded of Nigeria today? 2-3 days ago, there's no way I could be putting on this jacket. No way. Well, there are people wearing them, actually. There are a lot of very fashionable people in Nigeria. Winter jackets. I don't know how they do it. But I see people in Lagos who are like wearing leather jackets, and I'm like, I really respect them. I have a lot of respect for people who are walking around in Lagos with leather jackets at 23 degrees centigrade. That's like 80-something degrees Fahrenheit. But that's Nigeria for you. It's a paradox of the country. And that's what makes Nigeria an interesting place. That you find the most unlikely things with unlikely people. But if I ask most of you here, you would love to have a country you can go back to. Is that correct? It's my conclusion after spending 19 years is that, there's a place for, being a traveler. There's a place for even abandoning your citizenship. There's a place for seeing the farthest part of the world. There's a place for having fun, living in the nicest place, driving the nicest cars. But there's also a place called home. And it doesn't matter where else you might be, home is just the best. There's something in those days we used to have a literature book that has these words that say east or west, home is the best. So that is what has been driving the messaging that you have heard from me in the last few months. And for those of you who have been following my travels, my speeches, my engagements and interactions with Nigerians all over the world. And it has nothing to do with Nigerians abroad, it has nothing to do, it has something to do with Nigerians inside of Nigeria. I have mentioned before, I have been to over 30 states out of the 36 states in Nigeria. Yes. And one of the things I realized traveling in Nigeria are two major things. Is that most of the people governing Nigeria don't know the people of Nigeria. And they don't care about them. That's number one. And most of Nigeria, the country called Nigeria, is not governed by anybody. That's the truth. The country is just there, is on autopilot. People are responsible for how the place is governed. Most communities, cities, villages, and towns are responsible for construction of their own roads. They're responsible for the schools that their children go to. They're responsible for sanitation. They are responsible for their own security. In fact, a lot of houses, even in the cities, are local governments by themselves. Considering that you have to provide your own security, you have to provide your own water, you provide your own electricity, you provide school for your children, you are responsible for security, even on the streets. That's how Nigeria is. And there are no signs in my 30-state visit in Nigeria that people are even trying in government to make life better for Nigerians. And there's nobody who know the stories more than you do, those of you abroad. You see, you'll be surprised. The moment you get into Nigeria, you know less about Nigeria than when you're outside Nigeria. If you want to know the real happenings in Nigeria, just stay outside. The moment you walk into Nigeria, you will not get the news about Nigeria. Because Nigerians are deaf. They are tone deaf to what is happening around. You know, the situation of Nigeria has destroyed the eardrums of Nigerians. Or a lot of people have become even unconcerned because there is no tragedy of any type that you can tell Nigerians that has not happened to them before. People are walking around dead people or stepping over them. It's not new. People are walking around buildings collapsing around them. It's nothing new. People are going to schools without teachers. They still go there. Workers are going to work without pay. They still go there every day. People go to hospitals that have no doctors. They don't stop going to the hospitals, hoping that doctors will one day show up in these hospitals. But it's not enough to tell you the stories because you hear them. As I've often repeated to Nigerians abroad, we know what is happening because we are the Social Security Department of Nigeria. We are the ones helping out. In fact, we made a finding recently, this was about last week with our team in Nigeria, that apart from oil, the biggest source of revenue into Nigeria is Nigerian diaspora. And it's about to surpass oil now because we are not selling oil at the rate we used to sell, but we are sending more people outside. So the more people leave the country, the more money we get in terms of revenue from the diaspora. And we have a robust and amazing diaspora community all over the world. And I've been to a few of these places. I've been to Italy, I've been to Spain, Australia, I've been to UK twice, been to South Africa, of course I've been to several cities in the US. And what is interesting about us is that we are the ones that has become the life wire of a lot of communities where we live around the world. There was a place we went to in Australia And the people there, I think it was in Perth, kept saying that if they have not seen a Nigerian doctor, they don't trust that they will get the best form of treatment. That is in Australia. Nigerian doctors performing wonders. One woman told me that, oh, I'm not going to go to the hospital until my doctor returns back from vacation. And she was asking me, I hope nothing happens to my doctor because she's on vacation in Nigeria. I said, nothing will happen to your doctor. I said, because I heard there's a lot of kidnapping. There's a lot of, all the bad stories they hear about Nigeria. But the story is the same for all of the professions around the world. Wherever Nigerians are, they're doing very well. Forget about the terrible stories you hear about credit card scams. People who are doing credit card scams are small compared to Nigerians who are performing wonders, all over the world. And we have reached a point where these Nigerians are asking, when is it that we can go home and even support our country? And a lot of people want to go home. In fact, a lot of Nigerians who are abroad want to go home and provide free services at home, but they have not had a country that they can go back to. And it doesn't look like there's any plans to create a country that they can go back to. Because no matter how nice I would like to describe Nigeria to you, things are not nice at home. I'm not scaring you. Right? I am not scaring you. The country is in shambles. In fact, I have not been to any other country in the last 8 months, and I've traveled a little bit within Africa and outside of Africa that is as terrible as the way Nigeria is being governed. But if you walk into Nigeria today and you turn on a Nigerian television authority, they will be telling you stories as if Nigeria is some El Dorado. You start looking out of the window and wondering if you're in Nigeria. The propaganda that the political parties are telling in terms of what they claim is happening in terms of development, you have to constantly be looking out of the window to say, are they talking about Nigeria? It's gotten to a point where they're even going out to steal development projects in other parts of the world and putting them on Facebook and claiming they are happening in Nigeria. It is how shameless the leaders of Nigeria, I won't call them our leaders because they are not our leaders. It's how shameless the leaders of Nigeria has become. But there has to be a time in the history of this particular country that we must all take a decision. We must reach a breaking point regarding Nigeria that says, look, enough is enough. That we cannot continue to walk like an elephant, but eat like an ant. That is where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, and our family out here in the diaspora. We need to join hands together to take our country, Nigeria, back.
Take it back! Action!
And there is no better time. In fact, we have no time on our hands. Because you probably have heard some people saying repeatedly, as if they are programmed to accept defeat, that we need more time. They are saying in their own mind that, well, let's these failing leaders, let them spend another 4 years. It's not yet our time. Then go and wait till 2023. That's what people said to us. And we're saying that if we're talking about the development of Nigeria, we should have done what we are doing now yesterday. In fact, the idea is belated. The idea of taking back Nigeria is late by almost 20 years. because of the work that needs to be done and done immediately to put Nigeria on the path of progress, which is not going to happen with the current set of leaders who are there only to take care of their own personal interests. I am not going to lie to you that I have anger towards them, because sometimes people say, well, maybe my tone is a little bit aggressive. And I'm saying to them that if you are in Nigeria, if you see Nigeria, the condition in which it is now, I don't know how many of you have been home in recent times, and that you are not angry, then something is wrong with you. Because everything about Nigeria as it is today should elicit anger from anybody that is referred to as a Nigerian. It doesn't even matter whether you are a Nigerian or not. Everybody should be angry for and on behalf of Nigerians. And a lot of people are not only angry, they are disappointed in Nigeria and Nigerians because of the condition of Nigeria today. It is the reason we organized ourselves about 8 months ago to start a movement known as the Take It Back movement, which I convened. Before then, I used to be the publisher of Sahara Reporters, which is a newspaper based online that I operated from New York City in the last 12 years. And that newspaper has done a lot of expose, discussing on a daily basis, exposing on a daily basis, breaking news out of Nigeria. And I've done it so well that it has become a force to reckon with in the newspaper world or in the news world. In fact, if you think what Jim Costa from CNN did to Trump the other day, was a big deal. Those are things that I have done before, years ago. When ministers used to come to New York, I would go and hijack the microphone from them and shame them, but these guys have no shame. So I decided that we must take it to the next level. And that was why we started mobilizing Nigerians all over and created the first major global movement that grew up rapidly of Nigerians within Nigeria and outside of Nigeria, Nigerians everywhere, to take Nigeria back. And about 2.5 months ago, we registered a political party known as the African Action Congress. And that party had a convention recently in Lagos that was massive. Over 3,000 people attended the convention, mostly young people. And I became a candidate of the party to run as the president of the Federal Republic next year, February, in the election. And the good news to all of us, or for all of us, is that this party has become widely accepted in Nigeria. Very, very popular across Nigeria, popular outside of Nigeria. And for the first time in Nigeria, it's the party that has spent the least money but had the most impact. We have not been able to successfully raise up to $100,000 on GoFundMe, where we raise funds online through crowdfunding. We have only raised, I think, $96,000 as of today, right? But the political parties against which we have been fighting, or parties, one of them in Port Harcourt gave each delegate $5,000 to vote for them. About 3,000 delegates were in Port Harcourt. Abubakar Atiku, former vice president of Nigeria, who eventually became the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, as they call it, but in Nigeria it's referred to as Papa Disibi Pikin. Yes. Or President Muhammadu Buhari, who is the leader of the All Progressives Party.
also spent billions. They have already spent billions and put aside even more. The All Progressive Party, by the way, is referred to as the All Present Criminals, APC. These guys have money to spend, money that is stolen from our people. But we are just around begging for funds. But within such a short time, ladies and gentlemen, we have become a force to reckon with across Nigeria. We are